Okay, on our last tutorial on tutorial, that should be tutorial 10. We discussed about the variable, the breadboard. I mean the breadboard. Sorry for calling it variable. Every time I'll be calling it variable. We discussed about the breadboard, how you interface the breadboard with the Arduino, and we also see the structure, the physical structure, and the electrical structure, how the breadboard was structured, and we also made use of it. And it's a very good tutorial. You can also go and also watch that tutorial before we can proceed to this for today's tutorial. Now, if you have not watched it, just do yourself a favor by watching it. And also, once again, the starter kit is very, very important. Without it, you cannot do this program. Even though you have only Arduino, try and get yourself the most complete starter kit Uno R3 project. So it's about $45 to $50 at AliExpress, and you can get yourself this, and it comes so that we can do it together to explore the world of tech. So I'm here once again to bring technology to your doorstep, Mr. Great, at Mr. Great Tech Review Studio. In this studio is where we bring you technological updates, tech updates, and also tutorials. We bring tutorials and about tech, and it's not only Arduino. It's just that this time around we are on Arduino series. So by the time we get out of Arduino series, we go into other things, other tech, and other finished products that works about how you can stream in the internet, and your streaming devices, cameras, and rest of them. How you can create content with your little gadgets, and that is it. So it's not only Arduino. We have other things, have other package we are also into. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the business of today. Okay, now today we are going to use variables, and in writing our codes we are going to use variables. Variables are very, very important. Variables are very important. You can remember in our last code we didn't use variables. We are just, when we want to edit, we have to go along the whole program and we start editing. So the Morse code, I've already written a Morse code, and I'll also delete it. I'll write it again, but let me just show you what Morse code is all about. We're going to create a Morse code. We're going to write our first SOS code. During the olden days, when ship is capsizing or sinking, it will send a Morse code. The captain will send a Morse code to maybe other rescue boats around to come and rescue them. It's a code. You don't actually need to see it. It's a code. So the captain's sailors they understand this code. So that's by the way, but we are going to write it with Arduino. I have already written it. It's already flashed inside the chip here, so I can just power the chip with my 9V battery, and you can see it will start displaying. Okay, that is by the way. Okay, it will start displaying, and it's very simple. Let me just I just wrote it down. So this is how it goes. So you have the first X O S. So you have pong pong pong, ding ding ding, pong pong pong. You return back again, pong pong pong, ding ding ding, pong pong pong. After a 2000 or 1000 long delay, I call it long delay. It's a long delay. It's a long delay. Long delay. Where would I put the long? Okay. Long delay. So it's a long delay. After the one long delay, it will return back again and start again. So the dit into 3 times is the first X, and da into 3 times is the O, and another dit. Just it's a Morse code. It's a code. Just a call sign. It's a code. So sailors understand that. But let's just use our Arduino to write our first code. Not only writing this code is an it's an old school code. So, but what we are trying to achieve is that it's a long code. It's long. So we are going to edit it. So we are going to edit the code. So as we are going to edit the code, we are going to see how variables are very important in our editing. So as we are going to edit, we are going to make use of variables to edit it. So okay, so let's dive in. Let me also power it once again so that you see. And also there's an error in this code, and if you can detect it, after the first DTD, it entered immediately. No, it's supposed to be okay, that is it. And we are going to correct that in our program here. Okay, so I will stream my program so that we'll see what is there. Okay, this is blocking it, so I have to shift it. Let me shift this, guys, so you are not gonna block us. You are out. You have done so. We power with our USB, so because we are going to write the program. Okay, so now it's already coded. So we are now on the IDE to write our first program. Okay, so now let's do it this way. I have pin 7, pin mode. We are using output pin 7, and we are using digital write, delay 100. The first, okay, this is the first DDD. So if you can see, if you can hear it, if you can see it, you will notice there is no there's a continuous process from this dit to this that. So let's change this delay maybe to something 500. So let's see the effect. Let's change it to 500 so that I'll be a little okay. So let's upload and see. Okay. Okay. Okay, correct. Did you see something? See something? Okay, that is it. Or you can see leave it at 100 and you come here, you add another delay. So let's copy this. Let's copy this. Copy. Paste. Ctrl V. Paste. Then let's change this to 500. Let's change it to 500. 500. Okay, now let's upload so that it will be, they will be on the same page. I have this, three of them on the same page. I have a little delay for it to jump to this one. So let's go. So it's the same thing. You can see it. Okay, let's go. Then you have a long delay, 2000, just like what I showed you here. Just like what I showed you here, you have a long delay. This delay here in my program, look at it here. Look at it here. So this date, look at it here, the first one. Let me show you the first one. Okay, look at it here, the first 1, 2, 3. That is 1, 2, 3. Okay, the first dot, 1, 2, 3. This is it. 1, 2, 3. You give a gap to differentiate. You can still run it continuously by not giving a gap. It's still the same thing. You give a gap to continue. So you see the da. You see da. You see 500 da. That is da. Then you come back to another d. Look at it, another d, which is this one, d. Good. Then your long delay. Okay, so that is it. It's very simple. It's very simple to write. Now we are going to introduce variables because we are going to make changes. So for example now I want to correct, I want to change the values. I will not come here and start changing 100, maybe 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 500 again. I'll put 500, 500. Maybe I want to change 500. I'll do 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. No, it is going to take time. So next other time we are going to write this code using our variables. So, but for the purpose of this tutorial, for the purpose of learning and training, I'm just going to do it just going to do it this way so that you understand. Okay, now so let's introduce variables and let's see the importance and the advantages of using variables. Initially you might think, what is this guy doing? Am I not doing the same thing again? But at the end of the day you will see that you have actually need the variables. Understand? So that is it. Okay, so let's go and see how we can introduce our variables. Okay, so on here, this is where you add your variables. So we come to this place. Let's give a gap. Little gap, and let's put our variables here. Okay, now let's go. With our variables, we use int command or float command. You use int or float. So okay, so you say int, int or float or int. Int is equals to integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While float, you're talking of float, you're talking of 1.5, 2.5, in between numbers. So when you're talking of float, is in between numbers in between decimal points. In short, that is it. That is just it. The decimal point. When you're talking of decimal points, it's floating. It's not here. It's not here. It's not 3. It's not 4. It's in between 3 and 4, or 3.5, or 1.5, or something like that. So use float. So, but we are going to make use of int because all we are doing is integers. We are using just this and that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is what we are going to do now. So okay, so let's go and put our first float, and we'll say int LED, red LED, because we made use of red LED here. If you made use of blue LED, you can put blue LED. We made use of red LED, we're using red LED. Okay, I also use buzzer. You can put float buzzer equals to 8, or equals to 7, or equals to 13, depending on the pin you are using. So we use pin 7, pin mode. This is our pin mode. So we start with it. The pin mode, this is where you started, and this is where you end your program. You ended. Okay, so let's start with this. So we use int. It's very simple. Int. It's not too. There's no rocket science here. So you use int. Okay. So okay, red LED. Red LED is equals to pin number what? What are we using? 7. Pin number 7. So enter. Int again. Int. Sorry, you see, it didn't turn green. Int showing you that you are wrong. You use again date. You have the date. So we use date for what? For this. For date. This 3 is on date. That is date. 1, 2, 3 is date. Why the middle one is da. The 500, where you have 500, the left 500 is da. So let's go. So we are just picking it one after the other. We have done the pin mode. We are now going to the void loop now. The first void loop we have what? 100 delay of 100. So, and that delay, that first delay is what is called date. So 3 times. So we're going to only one. We put int. So put date equals to what? 100. So int date. Okay, dit. Okay, equals to what? 100. 100. Remember, whatever you use here is what you add here. So another int. Put another int and okay, this time around is DH. It's okay, it's equals to what? It's equals to what? We use what on our data? We use 500. 500. Okay, something is wrong here. We are not putting our semicolon. Okay, semicolon. Remember, after finish writing the program, put a semicolon. Okay, now something else. We introduced something else we called a delay. So that delay is another delay, and it is what? It is called it's a long delay, different from this. So it is a 2000. So what are we going to write this place? Okay, we're going to put another int. We call it a long delay. Okay, int a long delay, long D. So long D is equals to what? 2000. We use 2000 semicolon. So that is it. So we have done that. Long delay is equals to 2000. Now we are going to change all of this. So the first one, we come to the pin mode, the voice setup. And our voice setup, I have the first one. We use what? Pin mode, pin 7, and it's an output pin. So, and 7 is equals to what? Red LED is equals to 7. So any place you see 7, you put red LED. So that is it. Just simple mathematics. X is equals to 1. Any place you see X, you put 1. Any place you see X, you put 1. Y is equals to 2. Any place you see Y, you put 2. Any place you see 2, you put Y. So it's the same thing. So it's simple programming as initiative. So now let's go. So we are going to delete this 7, and we are going to put a red LED. So let's copy red LED is equals to 7. So from only red LED, so we copy red LED. Right click, copy. Okay, now here we go. See 7, we delete, we paste, Ctrl V, red LED. 7, delete, Ctrl V, red LED. Okay, so we are done with the item on void setup. So void loop now. So where we have the delay, any place you see dit is what? Is equals to 100. So any place you see 100, you put what? You put dit. So now let's copy dit. So dit is equals to 100. So any place I see 100, I put dit. So I copy dit, I paste here. So I copy any place I see 500. I want to shutter 500 to starting from here. Okay, so that is it. So now the last one is long D, which is only 1. So I copy long D, copy, and it's what? It's 2000 any place. So long D. Okay, so that is it. That is the end of the story. Okay, now so let's upload it and see. Let's upload it and see whether it will still run the same or will there be still any changes. Let's upload and see. Okay. Okay. Okay, we are good to go. So we are correct. So our integers, we are correct. So we are correct now. We are still maintaining the same program. Okay, now let's change values now. You might say, why are you doing all this? Is it not the same thing by changing the values? Now you will see now. It's not the same. So let me show you the difference. Now in here, in this place, in your integers, in your int, and where you have your integers, your integers here. So the let LED, you can change this value to 8. That means you are using pin 8. Automatically, you use pin 8. So you will not go back again here and start changing 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, running around the program down to change 8, 8, 8. If you want to change pin, start changing 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. No, it is not going to, you are not going to do it that way. So now, if I want to change this value to from 100 to maybe to multiply it to 200, and this one will be, and I will not go down again and start changing this, changing 200, 200. I will just come here and change only 200. The same thing applies here. The same thing applies here. So let's just do it and let's see how it goes. Okay, now let's change it to 200 and see. Let's change to 200 and see. Okay, I have 2. Let's just increase all of them. Let's change this one to 1000. 1000. Okay, and let's leave this also to 2000. Let's leave it to 2000. Let's leave this one 2000. And we're still on pin 7. And let's see how it goes. Okay, let's upload it. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. Good. Okay. So now you have seen it. Bing, 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 then. Okay. So that is it. So it's, it will be easy for you to, to correct once you use int. The program will be easy for you to correct, to add your values and to change your values, to do whatever, to tweak the value, the delay values. You find it is very easy if you're using variables. But if you're not using variables, we go down along the program and start changing, see how cumbersome stuff like this. Now going down the program and you start changing all these things. No. It is very, very long. Okay, so now let's let me add something. Let me add little value to this, and let's change pin and use pin 7. Okay, let's use pin 2. Let's use pin 2 and see what happens now. And see what happens here. Okay, now let's change pin and use 2. Okay, now we use 2. Let's upload. Oh, what is going on here? What is going on here? Wow, nothing is happening again. We have to shift from pin 7 to pin 2. So we move this, move it to pin 2. So we have to shift it. The program is now in pin 2. Okay, good. So we have shifted to pin 2. Okay, so that is it. And that is all about. So you can now tweak your value system. You can now change your values and add different. Okay, we can still introduce our light bulb with our solid state it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. Use our light bulb system so that you can see the application. Whatever, you can still add to this one. I have a negative pin here. Okay, now I'm going to remove the LED. So I'm pulling out the resistor. Then I will use the solid state. Okay, so you can see it now. Okay, okay, so I'm using the solid state. That is it. Good. Tin, tin, tin. Tin, 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 tin. So that is it. Ping, ping. So, so you can, whatever you have written in your Arduino, you can interface any of it. I can still put my contactor here, and this contactor will still be jumping, pam, 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 pom, 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 pom. We can still do that. We can interface the contactor, remove the bulb, we put contactor, and it's still the same thing. Or we can put both of them together to run together. You see, it's the same thing. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put both of them together. Okay, so we go. The same thing. Good. Good. Wow. Okay, that's the end of the program. Start again. Then okay, so now I can unplug my Uno and everything stops. So the program is here. So I can now use my 9V battery to power my Uno. The program is already inside. I can now use my 9V battery to power my Uno, and I still see the same thing. Good. My Uno is being powered by 9V battery. So this is the control circuit, and this is the main circuit. So the main circuit is powered by 220 volts, by 220 volts AC, while the control is being powered by 9V battery and via the card. That is just it. So this is the Morse code. This is the end of the drill, and this is the end of the drill. Okay, so this is the end of the drill. So we are done with our Morse code using variables on this tutorial 11 on our Arduino tutorial. So thank you very much, and God bless you. If you like this program, you share so that others will benefit. And also you have to join me on my YouTube channel. So go to my YouTube channel through the link below, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There I will post a very long video so that we can other subsequent videos, both other things. I have it in my YouTube channel, so you can go there, you can download and keep yourself busy. And also you have to see that whatever we are doing here, we are doing it live and direct. We are detailed, we are sensitive to details. So whatever we are doing here is live and direct. Thank you and God bless you. Like and share and subscribe. Bye for now.